please recap what happened last time?
What happened last time is Mark's character Maximillian inherited a tomb of a hero and was like, time to get to grave robbing the old ancestors. And so we joined up and came over to do some looting, but when we arrived, we found cultists about to sacrifice some woman. Fortunately, little comparing of notes, and they realized they were trespassing and took their nefarious business elsewhere. And then we tried to enter the tomb from the side where my best friend was brutally murdered, whatever his name was. And we decided, now that we've gone through all the effort of clearing this entrance, let's go to the other entrance. And we picked up a wizard and went in, and the wizard was killed by a flying book. And then we were like, well, in one direction is a blindfolded statue that will definitely kill us. And then the other direction is a mirror. And someone whose courage and valor will be remembered for all time entered the room with the mirror and was paralyzed, predictably. And so then we left. We got a good night's rest. We came back, all ready to go. This barbarian guy here now. We're ready to do this thing. I have no idea how to proceed, so have fun with that, everyone.
The barbarian, you have and I still don't know how to pronounce the word. Someone said it was like Gish, and in the YouTube comments. So I don't know, but a magical, you're bound to complete something. You can never leave the area until you can ensure that a magical or until a love has been consummated. A specific love. And that's all you know.
What was the most recent time, do you think, that you said you wouldn't have romance in your games?
Oh, this is totally... So my OSR games don't follow any of those rules. Kids can die. Animals, baby animals can die. Baby animals might try to kill you. And
nice.
So there's romance, but players won't romance NPCs and vice versa. But this is actually a romance dungeon adventure. So
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Ross. When we first met, I was pretty turned off by your no infanticide rule, but we pushed past it. So I'm glad we're allowed to kill babies.
I'm glad to see you haven't stuck with it very hard.
That's really what I'm here for.
This is the first time hearing about this, and I'm not sure I'm okay with that.
Hey, I did not sign up for not getting to kill babies. I thought that was what this game was about.
Is Priv the reason why you don't allow romance in your games now, Ross?
We'll come back.
After you and I had to roleplay multiple tender, intimate scenes in our games. Like, if we were in person, we would have been grazing each other's cheeks longingly.
We basically did that scene from the IT crowd, but
oh my god. Yeah.
Anyways, okay, here we are. So you guys return. Yes, you return rested, and come back to the tomb with Maximillian, Shay, Nop, and Braun. We can change this marching order. It's up to you guys, whatever you want. But when you descend down into the tomb, you have these stairs going down into this room. The articles that were destroyed, the religious objects, are still scattered around the floor. By the way, some of them are made of silver and stuff. And there's this really nasty smell where a body is starting to decay and worms are coming, eating in and out, all sorts of pests are inside of this carcass.
Well, we definitely... Can I mean, Braun has just shown up. Like a runaway train.
You guys went back to town.
Oh, that's right. We went back and spent the night. So we can assume that they're acquainted and
we spent 24 hours becoming the fastest of friends.
Wow, man, just a real fellowship.
How many torches do you guys have? / lanterns.
I have 6 torches.
6 torches.
And then someone should have 6 torches that they jacked off of whatever my second character's name's body was.
Vergos?
Or no, my first one. The first one had 6 torches, yeah.
Oh, Pedros.
Pedros.
Alright, so you guys have, what, 12?
Gross.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Alright.
I also have a lantern.
So, and I'm gonna pick a collar until Mark, if Mark shows up. Check that. I feel like Nop. I'm gonna promote Nop. You're the group caller now, Steve.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Nop. What are we? What's the plan? What are we doing?
I guess head to the center part here. How do I do this thing? There we go. Head in the middle. I still think there's something going on in the center. There's that. I think there's a secret door right in the center. That's very suspicious to me. I'm still trying to think of how to get past that statue. I think it's a blindfold. I'm just not comfortable testing the theory.
All right.
Little blinders on the side, but
let's do it. Head on in there.
Commence to the inside.
All right. In this room, just as a reminder, also want to. Don't take this as a hint, but you get more movement if something in combat. If you encounter something in combat and you do the moment where both sides are like, and you decide to flee immediately, you get a better chance of getting away. Just want to throw that out there.
Are we still in the room that the stuff was scattered around on the floor that you said?
Yeah.
Okay. But what types of silver items? So I didn't mean to interrupt you, Ross.
No, yeah.
ADHD brain was already on it.
Yeah, there's a silver crucifix, and they're all just inanimate and laying on the floor. There's a layer of mold. You can also see the mold particles floating in the air from the moonlight outside, illuminating it from your torchlight. And it's covering the things on the floor. It's grown up since the past couple of days when you left and came back. And the silver crucifix is really nice. It's probably worth 200 gold.
Braun's gonna pick that up. He's less interested in the gold, but Braun has been fighting monsters for a little while, and he feels like if he was in some sort of like a fantasy setting game, that finding a silver crucifix on the floor would be something he should probably pick up. So he picks up the silver crucifix and stashes it in his inventory.
You should probably put that down. It's tried to murder us before.
The silver crucifix?
Yeah.
Is that what set the books off the last time?
Nah, the book was just one of the objects. Basically, everything else in the room was the rest of the objects. There was like a cherubim and a crucifix and probably something else.
Oh.
The result of that of this poor fellow over here.
Are any of you other fellows good at recognizing magic or such and sundry?
Not even.
Hey,
We
Mark.
had a guy for that, but his reading caught up to him.
That guy right there, and is the corpse still laying on the floor, or did you guys remove his? No, you shoved him off in the same grave as Pedros, didn't you?
Someone simply said, and I quote, "This is already a grave. He's fine here." So,
I know he's not in this game, but I can hear that in Sean's voice when you say it out loud. Okay.
Just as a reminder, you've got a set of heavy double doors on this side. You guys interpreted the inscription that says, inscribed across the top, "The most dear." There is a mosaic across the door of a knight on a charger stabbing a fairy knight in battle, and there's something in Old Woldish there as well, and everyone else can interpret the words frost and king. You have scratches along the floor here, leading outside and back into this room. And then you've got 2 hallways. You got a hallway to the left and to the right. So
I'm gonna fiddle with these doors here.
all right, what do you want to do with them?
Kind of feeling around the mosaic, see if there's anything that's sticking out. Looking at the letters, see if there's any of them that are kind of off color.
Okay, make a roll a 2d6.
All right.
Or no, it's a d6.
Slash roll or roll r slash? Oh, slash r. Okay. 6. Got us a 1.
A 1. Okay. I'm gonna give you 2 things with that. A couple of things with this. First of all, you can hear clacking, like in the room on the other side as you're feeling, and you hear like something juicy and sloppy, like slapping against something solid on the other side of the room. Like you hear those 2 noises going on continuously. And then you're able to tell that this door, you're pretty sure you could just open it. Like it's not locked or anything.
The door's unlocked, but there's something going on the other side of that door. Come give a listen. Just give your hand a cup.
Maximillian will come in and assist you.
All right.
Of course, I make a lot of noise clanking in my armor.
Clink, clink, clink. Do you hear that clicking and sloshing?
And you do.
Shall I roll a d6?
No, you can hear it. Yeah, because he succeeded.
Yes. Sounds like someone's taking a bath.
It does sound like someone's taking a bath.
Do we open?
Someone's taking a bath down here.
Someone's taking a bath on my property. Would you gentlemen care to back me up as I bust open the door?
Right
I'm
behind
with
you.
Right behind you.
Braun moves
Ready my
in.
shield.
Shay is going to be the one that makes it out of here with everybody else's stuff. I mean, this
That's
is
the
obviously-
strategic objective.
I mean, he's a thief, isn't he? That's
It's a win-win for
You're-
him.
modus
Oh,
operandi.
Like Caleb.
Now that you mention
Caleb
it, though.
gets this game. Like he's playing the thief. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
I was about to mention we have a pilferer amongst us. Check for traps on this door.
Sure. I run my hands over the mosaic while making a confused expression. Are there any traps?
It's obvious based on the way the door is. It's 2 slabs of stone, and they go, and you're able to tell that they have to rotate in. And looking over the mosaic, it's obvious just on the wall and the door that there's no traps there.
Okay, I'll finish up and I'll turn around and I'll say, okay, there were traps, but I disarmed them. The door pushes inward, so just give it a good old shove and you'll
All right,
go right in.
who is armed with missile weapons?
That would be me.
Everybody turns around, looks at him.
All right, if there's hostilities within, hold your fire unless we know they're hostile, but then just, if it's hostile, just shoot away.
Those are my rules of engagement.
But I mean, you don't know if they're hostile. I guess that's kind of like you don't know they're hostile until they're hostile. It's kind of too late then, isn't it? Use your judgment. And I bust open the door.
You bust open the door, you kick it in, and the 2 stone doors like slide and then grate to a halt. And in the torchlight on the other side, you see a scene of a rectangular long room about 15 by probably 40 feet across. And it's not illuminated all the way on the other end, and there are crypts. There are these sarcophagi, coffers, on either side of the room, and each coffer has a brass relief on it with old woldish, and you can just see in the torchlight a figure on the far end of your light, like dancing in the shadows, and it's like kind of like a marionette, and it turns as soon as you bust the door open. It turns towards you, and it goes like this. And you hear a whispering.
Wait. I was looking at your Roll20. I think you might have gestured in real life.
Yeah. It was basically gesturing you to join it.
All right. There are no war crimes when the undead and magic users are involved. So fire away, lads.
Fair enough.
All right. If that's,
I like that a lot.
If that is the case, let's see.
Well, no. It's as a side. I'm the squeamish gamer that's always trying to find peaceful resolutions, but I've determined that there's no war crimes when there's magic users or undead involved.
All right.
All right, then.
All right. Let's see. That would be Mark. Roll a d6.
Question regarding torches.
Yes.
If I throw it in the middle of the room, does it just go out, or does it illumine?
I would just rule it based on the environment. In this case, I don't think it would necessarily go out. It would just. I would say, is there moisture? What is the wind? What is the air doing? All that kind of stuff. I don't think it would go out if you did that.
Right. Yeah. Fling it in at the beginning there. Or I'll wait my turn. Either way. Okay.
All right. You guys are able to act first. You said you throw your torch into the room?
Yeah, I'll throw it in there, and that way we've got some light.
I'll go ahead and do that. Cool. Bright light. 20 feet. I will say that it goes out after a certain time because torches need to be like sconced. They need to be on something, right? And or else they would go out. So you might get a round or two, and otherwise it needs to be on something. Okay. All right. So, I'm gonna see what they do. They see that you're like about to launch an arrow, and they see Maximillian like command like fire, and they're like this. They're like. And then they start to back up and back away. Now you guys can move. If anybody wants to move.
I'm gonna enter the room, but not like hostilely, more like...
Oh, I'm charging in to smash skeletons. That's the limit of my movement.
All right. Anybody else moving?
Yeah, I'm moving in. Flanking to the right behind Maximillian.
All right, and
I'll walk in with my hand axe out, looking.
These skeletons haven't been hostile to us yet, right?
They have not.
They're just dancing.
You see something else as you come into the room, and he throws a torch into the room, and it hits the floor, and then you guys rush in. You can see this huge fissure in the room, and the skeletons are actually. There's two of them. You notice their feet are off the ground and they're floating in the air. They were dancing together before you entered the room, but now that you're charging at them, they've stopped and they seem like they're cowering. This fissure in the room has some sort of like viscous substance that you can hear sloppily, just like dripping. And then floating through the air down into the fissure slowly, continually, like that. And the skeletons seem to be covered in it. And is anyone doing a missile attack?
No, I think instead of missile attacking, I'll just point out, you know, Maximillian, these might be your ancestors. Just throwing that out there.
Right. And does anybody? Let's see. No spells. A melee attack.
I've got a melee attack for him.
All right.
Braun is gonna move up beside Maximillian, and then he's gonna, because it's kind of close quarters, he's gonna start with his sword like basically over Maximilian's head, and then swing down like in a diagonal pattern so that he doesn't hit Maximillian, but he does hit these guys. Let's see. So that's a D20 to attack. Let's see.
There's a button right next to your weapon. You can just click that.
Yeah.
And it'll roll the damage and everything.
Oh, good point. I don't know.
I maybe didn't put.
Oh dear. Yeah, that's not gonna do it.
You miss. And I'm gonna see if you do something else right now. You do not. Okay. All right. Maximillian.
I hold my hand up and said, "Hold up, you guy. What are you skeletons doing? This is my property."
All right. Is anyone else going to do a melee attack? Nope. Okay. The skeletons,
That was a warning shot, mind you, but you better start talking.
They're floating in the air as you're talking to them, and one gets very close to you. And you can hear words. Do you speak basically law, like High Woldish?
I do, but I don't think I'm close enough.
Probably not close enough. Does Maximillian?
No, I speak common, whatever the local dialect is, and then neutral.
Okay. You are, you can make out the words, home, and beloved. But, you don't hear, you don't, nothing else makes sense. It'd be like, someone listening and, someone that speaks Spanish listening to someone speak Italian. Like, part of it makes sense, but not all of it.
I was going to on my turn, so I'm not trying not to metagame. I was gonna try to say what was written on the door to try to get people to stop fighting.
Most beloved.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if the character would still do that, but I don't. No, I don't think he would. Never mind.
Okay. It says the most dear, actually. Okay. Yeah, but anyways, Maximilian, that's what you hear in kind of like a raspy, echoing whisper that seems to come from the skeleton.
Cautiously approach.
We don't have a cleric in the party, do we?
You do not.
I pick up my torch too.
All right, you pick up your torch.
And I point to the door. I'm like, "There's the door. Get out."
It cocks its head in confusion, and then there's more like raspy whispering, like, and you hear the word home.
Quite sure this is the place that undead can leave.
Well, I mean, I can't do nothing with this property if it's haunted.
They start dancing again, and they motion for you to join them in the dance.
And I shrug my shoulders and I'm like, "Look at this. I mean, yeah, you can maybe get some goth kids, want to rent a room here. That'd be cool. But, this destroys the entire profitability of the establishment. No, this can't be. You have to stop this. You have to go."
Braun's
Maybe
already
they're
dancing.
functional. Maybe they can be like, the help. You've got assistants now.
Braun, you join their hand to waltz with them?
Yes. standing between the two groups of skeletons, or two individual skeletons, or whatever.
As soon as you reach out your hand to join, you suddenly lift up into the air. It's the second time this has happened to Joel, but
great.
And you start floating in the air, and it grabs you like like it's leading, like it grabs you gently, behind your back, and then brings your hand out and starts dancing with you in the air, and you feel weightless. As Braun is like floating in the air, dancing with this skeleton.
Nice.
Yeah. Maximillian. If you look, I kind of kick one of those sarcophaguses a bit and go, I don't think they're squatters.
Do you kick the one in front of you?
Yeah, like not hard, just kind of like as you can see.
Oh, now you've done it.
As soon as you do that, all the skeletons like their heads rattle as they look at you angrily.
Uh-oh.
See?
See, okay, you just give me a great revelation, and with that great revelation, you made a big mistake. All right. I like to say to them, okay, you guys, calm down. I'll figure out what to do with you later. And I just raise my hand at the skeleton's sword in its sheath. I'm like, hey, it's cool. It's cool.
They just keep dancing with Braun now. Braun, you're able to dance in the air, and it's turned into like one of those lines where you can kind of like dance down the line, and you're doing that in the air.
I would like to explore the rest of the room.
Yeah, I was going to ship you up here.
You see 5 different coffers, stone coffers here. 2 of them are open. This one lays open and empty, and this one is open and empty. This is kind of there are 2 skeletons. I didn't mean to indicate that there were a group.
No, I dig. But they're dancing. I get what you're saying there. I'm like, I'm like, okay, time to go back to sleep. Get in there.
These 3 coffers are closed. There's a brass plaque on each of them with a relief, indicating a figure on the relief.
I'm going to go study this one over here.
That one is empty, as well as this one. These A and B are empty.
Is there like a placard on it, or?
Oh yeah, actually there is. This one right here, it shows. It says, "You speak High Woldish." It says, "Lady Amaranda, our mother," and it shows a relief of a woman that's like really weirdly skinny, stick-like, and really tall, with an elegant like outfit on, and a big bird-like nose, and she's holding a book.
Maximillian, does the name Lady Amaranda mean anything to you?
Doesn't ring a bell.
All right. Shimmy over here. Take a look at that one.
That one is closed, and it has on it brandy with the good, and it has an old man bespectacled and leaning on an old staff. And
all right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of go around, look at each of them, and then just kind of be like, "Ready with the good," and see if he has a reaction. If not, okay, go to the next one, say the name out, look at Maximillian. Just kind of.
Well, one of them, Maximillian, you will have heard of, and that's the next one, Brigford the Wise. And on the relief of Brigford the Wise is it is said that this is his tomb, Brigford the Wise, right? That you inherited this from long, long ago. And in his relief, he's wearing a chainmail, and he has a hound at his side and a bow in his hand.
What do I know about it?
Probably nothing. Brigford the Wise doesn't feature prominently in lore, except that he is the brother of Sir Chide, who is a hero of the fairy wars when the fairies were defeated 200, 300 years ago.
So I know that the name strikes a bell, and he was a brother of someone that fought in the fairy war. Yeah, and I basically say it that way. Yeah, he's someone that fought in the fairy war. I think I'm related to him. No, wait, no. His brother fought in the fairy war. I am related to this guy. Yeah, I think.
Is this with the ring?
What'd you say? I missed it.
Is this the fellow with the ring?
You say that in character?
Yeah.
I don't.
Maybe repercussions for that, isn't there?
They don't. No, they don't react.
Okay.
They just keep dancing. They're having a great time with Braun. Braun, you're dancing more than you have ever in your life.
You don't know that.
No,
you don't know my dance habits.
Yeah, but I mean, this is like, it's a lot. There's a lot of dancing.
That is true. Braun's like those NFL players that train
It's been 30
their
minutes of dancing.
Yeah. Well, Braun is like the NFL players that will train their flexibility and dexterity by like taking ballet lessons in their off season.
Okay.
So that's
this was the moment he was waiting for.
Yeah, he's a student of classical dance.
Okay.
Specifically the marimba and the chicken dance, but he can do ballet as well.
Okay.
What would happen if I approach one of the open coffins and touch it?
One way to find out.
Well, yeah, that's what I do. I approach one of the open coffins and just gently lay a hand on it.
Nothing happens. Do you approach A? I'm sorry.
Do I do what?
This one. Do you approach this one right here, the one in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay. Two things happen. Well, nothing happens, but you touch it, and then you and Braun, you can see down this huge gouge in the room. And when you look down in the gouge, you see glimmering light coming up from something way down below, as if sunlight is glinting off fresh snow.
Am I floating above that gouge?
Yeah, you can see that as well, Braun.
And how wide is that? How wide is that gouge? Like, if I suddenly stop floating with these skeletons,
you'll just fall through it. Yeah, it's probably 10 feet wide and 30 feet long.
Gotcha. Okay. I start trying to subtly gesture without upsetting my dance partners towards Maximillian, and trying to communicate to him that I want him to like hand me. I've got a long pole on my back, a pole arm.
Okay.
So when I see that light glimmering up from below,
I have a 10-foot pole.
Okay.
Do you?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, what I'd like to do is either, in a perfect world, communicate to Maximillian to poke his pole out to me so I can grab it and he can yank me back out of this dance. But if not, I'm just going to grab my pole arm and thrust it out to Maximillian because he's reasonably close.
Maximillian, do you extend your pole arm to?
Well, how good is he at communicating that to me? Because I was thinking of throwing a lasso at him right when you said about the gulp. So I was already thinking the rest taking him out of there.
That's probably even better. Because if that's a 10-foot wide gap, then you'd have to get pretty close to the
Yeah,
edge.
so I know what he's saying to me, and I just like throw a lasso on him.
Gotcha.
Right. As soon
But
as
I mean, I do have a pole. I mean, but
you create a lasso out of your rope and use that.
yeah, and I throw it up to him.
All right. As soon as you throw it up to him and it gets into the air, some of this stuff gets on it, and it kind of stops midair, and you can feel it like lose its weight in your hands, and then all of a sudden it's just floating. Now it's floating toward you, Braun, but you notice that Maximilian, you're able to get it.
I'm going to use my pole arm. I think we had those simultaneous thoughts. Like, he thought about the lasso, and I thought about... So I was pulling my pole arm out as he was throwing that lasso. So can I try to hook the lasso with my pole arm?
Yeah, you're able to do that, and you're able to make it down. But when you get down, you notice that you still have no weight, and you're basically just floating.
But I'm out of the dance macabre, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Little Mask of the Red Death situation going on.
And then all of a sudden, the skeletons dance out of the room. They open a door on the other side and they start dancing away.
As soon as they leave, I close the coffins.
I give Maximillian a hearty slap on the back.
You do? Okay.
Just as a thank you. And then I'm gonna peek down and see if I can see.
Maximillian, all of a sudden you notice that like you feel like you're kind of lifting off the ground.
Oh Jesus!
Contagious.
Ah, fuck.
Am I weightless or is it just my armor? Can I take off the armor?
Yeah, it's just your armor. In fact, you're able to kind of stay on the ground. You just notice that your armor has lost its weight. And in fact, you now gain the benefits of someone without armor.
Okay.
That's not bad.
So, is my armor floating or am I floating?
You are floating because you were dancing with him. And you notice you got this stuff on you. This viscousy, slimy stuff.
Okay. I'd like to pull... Let's see, what have I got in my inventory that could help with this? I've got a large sack in my inventory, so I'd like to take that and put my hands inside of it, and then use that to pick up some rocks and tie them to the top of my boots.
That works. That's really clever. You're able to improvise a ballast for yourself where it keeps you, and you now also have the benefits of being unarmored.
Nice. What are those benefits?
You can move a lot further without needing an encounter.
Okay.
And you can carry more treasure and stuff and move further in combat. And,
oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Nop's kind of peering through the door. Figure out what's going on over there.
Okay, sure. Let's see. You're able to peer through this, so you just like open the door.
Yeah, just
okay.
kind of curious. But
this is just a really well-made wooden iron-banded door of really high quality that has stood the test of time. And you just and you push it open. You can hear the clacking, like going down off into the distance, echoing down the halls as the dancing skeletons dance away. And you see a long room with what light you can see as you peek into it. There seem to be pillars in the room, but everything else in the room seems still.
Slowly extend the torch into the room.
All right. You do that, and you cast light in there, and from the torchlight, you can clearly see now that there are stone pillars lining the room, and a hallway to the left and right, and then the room goes further on. But you hear no movement, and the clacking has went off into the distance.
All right.
The skeletons leave tracks of their goop.
They do not. The goop seems to have kind of gotten on them, but it's not like just falling off of them. You know, it's you don't see any like on the floor or anything.
All right, that's as far as Nop's willing to go without party accompaniment.
Don't worry, I'm right behind you. I got your back.
Who got some teeth? Someone got teeth.
I got teeth.
All right. Oh, one of your previous incarnations.
I'll see you make teeth.
If one of my previous incarnations had the teeth, then I assume that the thief now has the teeth. Since he's just been hanging in the back and looting my corpses.
I'm not just ripping teeth out of people's faces. Come on, I got a little bit of decorum.
I had found some teeth, right?
I absolutely stole teeth out of their faces if they had gold in them.
Yeah, that checks out.
All right. What's Maximillian doing?
I'm gonna enter the room.
All right, Maximillian, you see the same thing. As you get closer in the torchlight, you see that there's There are 4 stone pillars, and then as you bring the torch further into the room, you see on the far end of the room there are 2 statues of big dogs, and they're still, and there's long chains coming from the dogs to a door on the far end, and there's a hallway to the left and right, and that's what you see here.
Nop shakes his head and backs up a bit.
Oh, the guy, the wise guy. He had a hound thing going on, right? Maybe there's some connection there.
Be careful of these stone dogs. I've seen this movie before.
Don't cross the streams. Actually, cross the streams. That's what you need to do now.
I've heard the minstrels tell this tale.
I get close. Wait, how far away are the dogs?
They're on the far end of the room. From where you are, they're about 15 feet away.
All right, I get within 10 feet.
Nothing happens.
I poke one with my 10-foot pole.
Nothing happens.
Okay, I think they're just statues.
Or maybe they don't dislike you because you are the descendant of their master.
As you get closer, you see the chain running along from the dog's collar, along the floor to a bevel on the door that is on the far side. There's a big, heavy double door, and both heavy chains are beveled into it.
It's an actual chain or a sculpture of a chain?
An actual chain.
Okay, so the chain is it, but they are chain sculptures, so to speak.
Yeah, like the collar is on the thing is real. It's a metal iron band, but the rest of the hound is a stone statue.
Now, who's that person I see in the corner?
That is the stone hound that you're seeing.
All right, I get that close.
Nothing happens.
The stonehounds are not moving.
Nope.
What's this thing up here?
That is a big, heavy, like well-made wooden iron-banded double door.
I would like to listen at the door.
And it has, I'm sorry, it is not wooden. This one is like a large, it's made of stone, but with filigree and it does have iron banding and stuff. It's like really ornate and well made. It does have these bevels in it with the chains coming off of it. And it has an inscription on it that's been cut into the stone in High Woldish. And you can attempt to listen at the door. I guess I make that check, right? Because you wouldn't know.
Wait, either way you want. I don't care.
You don't hear anything. It sounds completely silent on the other side.
All right. I ask our party thief, what's your name? I have to use people's names.
My name is Shay the Shiv, my good friend Maximillian.
What a wonderful name, Shay the Shiv. Come check out this door, see if it's trapped.
All right. I'll step forward closer to the dogs. Are they eating me?
They're not eating you. You see the same thing as you approach the door. It's got beautiful relief carvings and filigree and heavy stone and smooth, and it has some sort of inscription in High Woldish that you can't make out at all, and then two big bevels from the chains that are put into it.
I'd like to go up to the dog on the left and kind of pat it and say, good boy. And then I'll go up to the door, and I'd like to do door-related investigations.
When he pats the dog in the head, I look at the other guys. I'm like, and I make one of those hand gestures, like, "What? This guy's screwy.
Make a.
It's not real."
I don't have the thief table in front of me. Isn't there a?
I do.
There's a check for trap thing, and I don't have a. I don't. What's it called?
Find or remove.
That's what we
treasure
need.
traps.
And in this case, you will actually roll it.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Let's see what this is. Uh-oh.
I think I'm supposed to roll that one too, but.
Oh, no, it's supposed to be a D percentage.
Yeah, the number that it gives me is 10, and it appears to be a percentile.
Yes, you want to roll. No, you want to roll 10 or less.
I thought you
got on a D100.
I was like, oh man. Yeah, so find or remove traps. At level 1, you have to get below a 10 on a D100. 10% chance.
Or you can get exactly 10.
Yeah.
10 or less.
What'd you get?
Oh, you want me to roll it? Okay. Let's see. Roll some 100s here. 66.
Yeah, you those are the only things you notice.
Yep. There's this door was also trapped, and I have definitely removed the traps.
All right, go ahead and open the door then.
No, you're the guy with the strength. We've established this. I got your back. I've got the ranged weapons. I go in after you. I cover your back. You know, that's
are you not confident in your handiwork?
Braun says, "Move aside. I'll open the doors." And
Does that
goes and yanks the
inscription
doors
say?
open.
All right. We need to do two things. So Shay, roll a d6, and Braun, roll a open door check. What is your strength?
Well, let me pull my character sheet here. My strength is 16.
Okay, I think that's a 4 and 6 chance. It goes up really high, I think, and then
yes.
Yeah, and then it's
no, wait. It would be
18,
okay.
And the next one
2 and 6, then 3 and 6, 4 and 6. Yeah, 4 and 6. If you're starting at 2 and 6.
Yeah, so you got a 4 and 6 chance to try to open it, to shove it open.
So roll d20 plus strength.
No,
roll a d6.
Yeah, and you want to get a 4, 1, 2, 3, or 4.
I'm sorry if I butt in a lot. I'm just so.
Okay.
Got a 1.
A 1. You just come up. You're like, let me do it, and you shove open the door, and the door like just flies open. What did you get on your D6, Shay?
I got a 3.
A 3. Oh no.
No.
Oh yeah.
I hope you brought extra characters.
No. This is good actually. Okay. So good news and bad news. So Braun, you slam open the door. Shay, you're backing up. You're like, no, you guys are strong. Blah blah blah. And as you're doing that, being Shay, you're looking over to Dogs, and immediately, as soon as he approaches the door, you can see this like glimmering dweomer like traveling down the chain, and all of a sudden the eyes open on the stone dogs as he slams open the door, and you're able to act once and warn everyone.
I would absolutely like to say, "Don't worry, I got this," and rush through the door.
Oh, cool!
You cowardly yellow bastard!
That's awesome.
That's brilliant.
Jesus, I love it.
Okay. And what is everybody else doing?
I mean, if the dog started
so the next
moving,
thing is, so you have a turn, so you can move if you want, or you can make an attack.
well, we can stay and attack these dogs, or we can try to book it through the entrance here and close the doors behind us.
I
like the booking theory.
Does anyone have any thing to bar the doors with?
10-foot pole?
I don't think that's going to hold a door against 2 giant stone dogs. When I'm thinking of these dogs, I'm thinking of the 2 sphinxes from Neverending Story that ask the questions.
Don't think that.
Which is terrifying.
I don't like that at all.
I would like to say, they're on chains. Get your asses in here.
How long are the chains, Ross?
Longer than where Shay is currently.
Well, that's true.
I don't need to be farther than the dogs can reach. I just need to be farther than the other members of my party.
But if
you're about
fleeing,
to be not
actually,
that.
Are you trying to flee?
I'm definitely fleeing. That's
Yep.
All right.
Light.
Yeah.
What is
we can get all the way in this room. We can far out reach
you're gonna try
these
to bar
chains.
you're gonna try to bar the door. Is that what you're gonna try to do?
Well, I'm gonna. Well, what if, I mean?
How
we
long
could
are the
try to-
chains?
They're this long.
Looks to be
so
like-
like if I went like on the chain, right? So here you go. They're basically 10 feet, so they can go that far.
So let's just book it through, and then they're gonna come through after us, and we can.
And you can book it through because when you are attempting to flee, and on a surprise round, you can use your exploration movement instead of your combat movement. You
Well,
use your
also, there's not that far we can go, and
It's like
we are
30
weightless
feet.
in our armor, so we can move a full 40 feet.
Yeah. Let's just book it
Oh, yeah,
through,
it's
and
not
then
even
if
that
they
far,
follow us
yeah.
through, we can like decide from there.
That's exactly what happens. Like as soon as you guys like Shay alerts you and you book it through the room and you get to the other side like and they're like they all of a sudden like launch into the room and are caught by their chains and they're barking and snapping at you as you guys are on the other end of the room. And that is what's going on right now. And then something else happens.
Oh.
Let me get I'm gonna draw some chains like this. We've got some chains there. Okay, and then all of a sudden, a figure arises from the tomb in the center of the room, but not in physical form, but in a ghostly form, and it says like in an echoing, ethereal, ghostly voice, "Hast thou come to plunder that which my legacy has left behind?"
And I say, no, this is my property. I've inherited this land.
By what way hast thou inherited this?
And I show him my charter.
You are the grandchild of the grandchild of the grandchild of my brother. You are of my blood. I beseech thee, I need thou for a quest.
I'm listening.
I was buried here centuries ago, separated from my beloved. I built this place with my family in her honor. And in mortal battle, when I was laid low, my last wish was to be buried here, close to the earth, from whence it turns into the other world, that I may be close to her. I am bound to her in love forever.
Yeah, but how long ago was this?
Centuries hence.
Yeah, I think she might have moved on by now, dude. You gotta get over it.
That's less than forever, if my math is right.
Whether it be forever behind or ahead, I shall never be separate from my love. I'm bound to her.
You gotta let it go, man. Move on. You know, I mean, isn't there other chicks in heaven or something?
His ghost, motions down into the coffer, and you can see Maximillian down in the coffer. There's his body, and has a ring on his body, and he says, "Hark, the ring. If thou couldst take the ring to my beloved, then we shall be joined together for eternity."
Do you think she's still alive?
Braun steps up and says, "I will take this ring to your beloved.
Quickly. Even now, I long for my love. Even in this state beyond life, I can feel the longing in my heart. If you bring her the ring, if you can ascend the tower that her cruel father locked her in those centuries ago, then the magic will do its work, and I will be brought into the other world, and I will be free, along with all my family.
You didn't tell me she was locked in a tower, man. You're just talking about yourself.
You must.
Braun says, I will take this ring to her. You have my word on my honor.
Nop's all choked up. And I will go too.
That's awesome.
I have no strong feelings either way.
Blades.
It's just every dead person's, all of Joel's characters' former's blades.
I have no strong feelings. Either way.
True neutral has spoken.
Sir Chide says, the breach into the other world, the ring, it has brought our two worlds together. Lo, beware, her cruel father and his minions. They are ageless knights across the centuries, those who have survived the war. They are deadly. Do not get caught by them. Do not let them know who you are. But simply ascend the tower and reach my beloved with the ring, and all shall be made right. The breach between worlds, that is where thou must go.
You have to do me one favor, though, sir.
You talking to Sir Chide?
Yeah, I'm asking, sir. You do me one favor, though, sir.
For what favor could a bodiless knight long beyond your mortal world do?
If I don't make it back, tell my wife I said hello.
This is terrible.
Hello.
Methinks thou heart is cold, for long have I kindled the fire in myself in the hopes of being joined with...
Okay, you got no sense of humor, dude. I'm not even married, alright? I'm joking with you.
He definitely doesn't have a sense of humor at all.
Would the rift between the two worlds be that big split in the ground, perhaps, that we walked past?
I think it's a little obvious, but we gotta deal with these dogs.
And
hey,
then,
Sir Chide, can you call off the hounds?
Yeah, he turns around and he says, Flager, Cherider. Whoa. And then the two dogs are like, they're like, and then they like kind of back away and go back where they were.
Good call. All right. Well, Sir Chide, we will set forth to return your ring to your love and give the two of you some long, overdue and well-deserved peace. You have my word.
Brave adventure, honor I find in your words, and hope in my heart. And then his spirit fades.
Hey, before we run out of here, wasn't this the guy with the sword?
Yeah, you see in the coffer, you see a skeleton with a bunch of stuff, copper bracelets, eyes.
Does he have a two-handed sword?
Gems.
And I say, if you don't mind, I'm gonna borrow this, and I grab the sword.
Well, hold on. How big is the sword?
I clearly was the first on the draw with the sword.
You have so
my
many
property
blades.
in my deal with you guys is I get the sword and everything else is split even. That was the deal.
Right.
Does Maximillian take the sword?
Yes.
I'm trying to.
At the same time, I'm saying I'm going to borrow this for this mission here, Sir Chide.
Yeah, you say it solemnly. There's an altar on the far end with a candle and a relief, on the far wall, and a hanging portrait of a fair maiden with long, flowing blonde hair and amid a stone circle. And some candlesticks that are silver over there as well. And you say that solemnly. You get a sense of peace in return. And you take a sword, and let me find the gosh darn sword. It's, where is it?
Now, I don't mean to diss anyone. If you weren't here last week, that was the deal that I had said to everyone. But, yeah, next treasure comes along, you get it.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think the last thing Shay needs is more fucking blades. no one in this party.
I'd still like that.
Shay speaks up. I feel like Shay speaks up and goes like, "Hey, I called dibs on the blades," and no one says everything, but everyone just looks at him very skeptically, and then continues on with their just ignores them. Like, all right.
Well, you now have a +1 sword, but in addition to that, you notice two things about this sword. First, that it is heavier than most blades you've handled, Maximillian, and secondly, that it has a dull, silvery appearance to it.
I speak to the sword. Hello?
Nothing happens.
All right.
All right. What else are you guys going to do?
What else is in the coffin? Well, I say that Braun. I don't think Braun's gonna rob the.
What else is in that coffin?
Yeah, that's a Shay question.
There we go.
And when you do that, the ghost reappears, and it says, "Does it? I think it does." Ring. No.
I feel like Braun would put a very large and very strong hand on Shay's arm, and just kind of say, "Shay,
I'm just looking in. I'm just looking in.
No, not the
Is your
time.
character awful?
Come on, Shay.
You'll like
He's
this.
still using it. I'm not going to take anything now. We need to be stealthy. You heard what he said, but like, I want to know what's in there.
Wait, character question. Are you lawful?
Are you asking Braun?
Well, yeah, I'm asking you metagame, is your character lawful? Because if you are, I think it's awesome the way you're acting.
No, he's neutral, but this is self-serving. Right. This is self-serving in neutral. So, like, the reason, like, Braun can't leave this nonsense until he, like, requites this unrequited love. And so, for him, like, don't fuck with the ghost, because I'm trying to put this guy to rest. And if you steal his shit and trigger, like, some massive, huge fallout, then that's that much longer before I can just go home. I've been here so long. So you, the little rogue with every dead person's shit that you've come across, leave the goddamn coffin alone.
I did say
Maximillian still has one of the daggers. I don't even have all the weapons that I can use.
You don't pick up one of the daggers. That's true, and I did claim the sword, and I did say that I split all the treasure with you guys.
What are you even going to do with a dagger? I can throw those.
Braun says, "Look, we can, as soon as we get this ring through the rift to the ancient love, take all the shit you want."
I'm seriously not trying to take anything.
Shay,
I'm just looking in the coffin.
Now show me your right hand. How many hands is that? If you have more blades than that, you have as many blades as you need. Let's go. Back to the rift.
I can throw them as projectile weapons.
Nope, we're
they
done.
don't return
I
to
will
me.
pick you up and carry you, small man.
I accept these terms.
I pick him up, but like not over the shoulder. I pick him up in the way that I
Joel board like to the side like that and just
not at all. I pick him up like Joel Cowan would pick up my 4-year-old, pick him up and then set him on my shoulders, and just walk out of the room.
This gentleman here, is he the guy that I hired last week?
Me, Braun?
So you hired Shay and Nop. Shay and Nop have survived.
Oh wait, I have control of this character. Who is this character?
I probably just gave control to everybody just because, but that is Nop. That's Steve.
All right, he was with me last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I say to him, I'm like, where did we find these people?
I'm still,
like, I didn't hire them there. We just found these people like here, didn't we?
Nope, I've been here from the beginning.
Oh wait, I hired Shay too. Oh man.
Oh. That's why I did that. Because he had the torch and I can't see with, let me do this. Maybe that'll work. There we go. Okay. Anyways,
I see.
so still to answer your question, Caleb, because I think you'd like this. When you looked into the coffer, he's wearing copper bracelets engraved with owls. The eyes of the owls are amethysts. They're extremely expensive, and they would fetch probably 1,000 gold pieces each.
Ooh.
That's all. Anyways, what were you guys doing?
I'm yelling at you. Stop being silly. We have a mission.
Yeah, I'm already walking that direction though. I've just got the rogue on my shoulders.
And he seems very happy about it. He's like, "Yay! Give me a ponyback ride."
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna walk up to the rift. I'm gonna look up at the rogue that is firmly sitting on my shoulders and
Thumbs
say, "Yeah, hold on to your false teeth." And then I'm gonna jump into the rift.
Okay.
I secure a rope to the outside and climb down. Like
right. You secure a rope somewhere, and you start to climb down, but then you notice that the rope just goes up above you, and you start to float. But you start to fall, but ever so gently.
Yeah, Braun had already figured out that, like, from having spent like 30 minutes floating above this rift, that jumping might even be ineffective due to the floating thing. But he also has rocks tied to his shoes.
Wait, did someone just delete their? I'm gonna give you a new one. I gotta get my tokens together, but I'm also gonna give you.
Oh, we got 2 now.
Oh.
They're multiplying.
The fairy magic is getting out of control. Here, I'm just gonna get you guys together and copy you, and get this ready.
Braun is cannonballing into the rift with a rogue clasped on his shoulders.
All right, I'm gonna make these small if I
guess
can.
thief. I guess it's not a rogue.
All right, and here we are. You guys, you jump into this rift, and you feel yourself floating for a long ways. You see down as you look down at your feet, this glittering, glimmering light off of a white surface, and it gets bigger and bigger until you look out, and then you can see snow falling, and there's a bitter cold wind, and you can see snow all around you. Suddenly you flip up the other way, but then you realize, and then you're falling again, and then you just like come out on the land. So you kind of like do this, like you're falling, and then you just flip, and then now you're like on land, and you're right side up. And here you are.
So like King Kong versus Godzilla when they go into the inside of the earth.
You see tracks in the snow nearby, and there's snowflakes gently drifting down all around you, and a sparkling sunshine glinting off the snow. And you see a frozen lake with a large tower coming out of it, and a big open an entrance at the base of the tower, and a forest all along this wintry glade. What do you do?
You are muted, Steve.
Oh, sorry about that. I don't know why this keeps happening. Yeah, but he said to simply enter the tower and don't talk to anyone. And then I'm kind of...
Steve, I'm getting some feedback on your mic. It's like kind of scratching or something.
Oh.
I thought that was just my headphones.
Yeah.
How about now? Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
It's better.
I got this thing on here that is not at all helpful.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, I have one of those. and it probably creates that interference. The little dongle.
Yeah, it creates interference and sometimes gets muted. So,
Mr. Dungeon Master.
Well, wait,
I
hold
have
on.
questions.
Before you do that, go ahead. Sorry, Steve. What were you saying? I just want to.
oh, I'm gonna stomp at the ice, kind of like poking at it with my foot.
Yeah.
See if it's strong.
It's definitely firm, and in fact, you see big boot prints along in the thinner snow along the ice, and yeah.
That's encouraging. All right.
I'm sorry. What were you saying, Caleb?
Mr. Dungeon Master, I have questions. There is a tower in front of us. How
Yes.
tall is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the tower is probably, I would say it's probably 70 feet tall. 60 feet.
All right. Is there windows at the top of the tower?
There are windows.
All right. It's my time. Everything is led up to this.
Is this
And
going to be one
Shay-
of these checks?
Shay will hold out his hand and say, "The ring. Whoever has it."
The
Are you-
ring, Braun.
Are you to join the honored dead of how 50% of my players have died?
Yes.
Yes.
This is my moment.
The one great weapon that everyone faces in my games.
Gravity.
Gravity. Okay. Yeah, you're able to approach the tower, and you hear a commotion within. You hear like a garbling, and then you hear like a tinny voice in response on the other side of the door. You hear that going on, and you hear a clamor higher up in the windows, and it sounds like people celebrating.
Braun did not hand over the ring, for the record. He still has that. It is his quest to return it.
I assume that if Shay doesn't die, you have a rope or something. Is that the plan?
Oh, no, no one's giving me the ring. I'm not doing that.
Oh, I thought you
It's
said...
a lot of danger for no reason.
Well, we could give you the rope. You could climb the tower, and then we can climb the rope.
I don't know. You guys are kind of, large.
Well, I
Pull
mean,
up.
haven't you ever thought of knocking on the front door?
Could just, it's a window. It's right there. I could just go to it. We could just
Is
in and
that
out.
how?
15-minute adventure.
Okay, now imagine you had a restaurant and you had a front door. Would you serve patrons that instead climbed in through the window and sat down, or would you want them to come through the door?
They said the guards would kill us.
It's true.
Yeah, no, I support the thief's idea to climb in through a window, and I take my rope and tie it around his waist.
I'm absolutely doing this gloriously with the ring or not at all.
Oh, fuck you then. I'm taking the ring with me. It's my quest.
All right, have fun. The door's over there.
Okay.
No, we could just burst in the door. They're not expecting us. Just throw our swagger around and say, all right, what's all
They
this then?
never
It's a nice
expect a
tower you
frontal
have.
attack
It'd be
through
a
the
shame
choke
if
point.
it would break.
All right, Maximillian. Well, then let's do this. All right, on 3. 1, 2, and then the two of us are just going to drop a shoulder into this door and go through hot.
You guys approach the door, and you're about to do that, like put your shoulder into it.
I'm having second guesses.
No, I'm just
so
clarifying. I wanna
wishy-washy.
make sure that I want to
Run,
understand.
you're just standing over here, running that mouth, talking this big game, and the second that it's time to show up, now you have second thoughts? We literally just jumped through a rift in a floor. We're in another dimension.
All right, in we go. On the count of 3.
One.
All right, 1,
Okay, you do it.
2, 2.5.
All right, 3, motherfucker. Let's go.
Braun, roll a d6. Oh no.
4.
4. Okay. Actually, that. Let me check this. Okay, yeah, you're able to do that. Let me get all the tokens together. Make sure I have that.
Nop's over here. like kind of like against the wall.
Oh, not going in. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, not going in. Kind of making eye contact
if you come in with
with
us, I'll give you another dagger.
I'm assuming that he's gonna like whop whoever comes out if that becomes necessary or something.
Yeah,
extra
that's
dagger,
what he's
huh?
thinking.
Extra dagger.
Is Knob a fighter as well? Do we have 3 fighters and a thief?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And we have no magic. We are screwed.
Wait, not that
guys, I
anyone's
tried.
allowing
I
me to
really
be a
tried.
thief, you know? I'm just like, I feel like I'm the only person who appreciates me sometimes.
No, you did a very un-thief-like thing, which is that you wanted to sneak through the window and have the big glorious moment.
Yeah, and then you said no, and then now here we are, so have fun with the door.
Yeah, and this is all very thief-like. He's playing beautifully. Usually thieves only understand themselves.
Give me a second here, and I'll, because I'm sorry, I've got to do a couple of Roll20 things here. I need Mythic Mountains to be on this. Oh no! Okay. Yes. Yes, kitty. When you enter this room, the first, the door, you see in here a bunch of furnishings on the back wall and a door over here. And it looks like people have hung like coats and winter coats and ice skates on tables. Like this is a receiving room. And you see this huge hulking figure taking up half the space in this probably 15-foot tall area here. And there's a little thing riding on top of it. It has like little, this huge hulking thing has like a harness. And this little thing is on top of it. And it goes, and it stops you at the door and it goes, boss, can I feed the plants? And he's like, not now, Grimmelgridge. Who, can I see your invitations, please?
He says that to us.
Yeah.
All right, who's got the psychic paper?
I pull out the ring and hold it up. I was told to deliver this to this tower.
By whose orders?
A Sir Chide.
Sir Chide,
Oh,
a mortal.
well.
The
not
princess was supposed to forget him long ago by orders of the Cold Prince.
That's what I told him, but he just won't let it go. I'm like, it's been a long time. She's moved on by now. Jeez.
I must let the guards know. And then, but before he does that, he's like, the big guy's like, boss, I thought you said you were going to let them try the other thing. If anyone else came by, and he's like, Grimmelgridge, I'm in charge. And he's like, I know, boss. And then he's like,
It seems, Braun says, it seems, you've got some, conflict going on with your staff, so if I won't trouble you, I'll just go ahead and slip up these stairs.
You're not
Drop off
allowed
the
to
ring.
pass, but I will make you a deal.
I'm listening.
Yes, we're listening.
Grimmelgridge, the pouch. Okay, boss. And then he like reaches into some stuff and he takes out this pouch. Let me find it here. Like that. And he says, if you'll eat a single mushroom from my pouch each, I'll let you pass.
Ho ho. Man, this is going to be great to have a magic user. What, fellas? What do you think? As in character.
Don't try my pouch and we do it. Grimmelgridge's way.
And what's
he's
Grimmelgridge's way?
Grimmelgridge is the big guy. He's like, he just chuckles like.
How many guys are there in here?
There's this giant thing, hulking thing, and then he's got a harness on him. Specifically, it is a nice, I don't know this word, palanquin? Palanquin, yes.
This is why you need to get on the Deadlands DLC.
It has a palanquin that with nice scarlet awnings on it, and this little guy is up on top of it like that, like looking down at you.
Braun.
There's a window nearby. Actually, I'm going to put your character here. Let's see if they notice you. Roll a d6 for surprise. I'll put your character there, though. Whoops, not that.
That's a 5.
Oh, I can't make your character smaller. That's so dumb. Yeah, they definitely notice you, and they're like, "Who's that? There's more."
Oh, hello. Yes. As a matter of fact, you're completely surrounded. Braun, how fast can you run?
Surprisingly fast, considering I don't weigh anything.
I'm gonna pick up a rock. Is there a rock nearby or a pebble or something?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna throw it at the big guy's nose.
Would you like to do that, or let me offer up an alternate? Actually, I think why don't I just do this at the same time that you do that? So you throw a rock at his nose. While he was doing that, Braun was already pulling out a flask of oil that he pours into his mouth, and then he holds up a lantern that he's been carrying, and he is going to spit that oil across the lantern into Grimmelridge's face.
So I have 2 questions before we do this. The first one is, what is Shay doing?
You're asking a great question that I've been thinking about myself. How do these windows work?
It's like a castle, except much smaller and slender, like a lone minaret by itself, you know. And so if you imagine like just a stone, a portion that's coming out by one stone each, and then you just have a cutout. And it's as far as you can tell from where you are, you're not sure if it has like a glass pane or what, but you know.
Well, isn't Nop over there looking through a window?
Yes, that window.
I've got no vision.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'll give it to all players based on Shay, who's the person that's out here, not near a window or anything. Also, I'll put Nop back out. Yes, Nop is able to look in the window, and it's just 2 simple wooden windows that are just partially open, and Nop like looking in and trying to whisper, and then yeah.
All right, that's somewhat inconvenient.
If it helps, I've just made an excellent distraction.
Yeah, I think I'm probably just gonna be hanging out with Nop at the window.
Okay. Back to this. So let me make sure I understand this yet, and I'm going to say something. My understanding is that Nop is going to throw a rock at the giant beast thing, and then Braun is going to try to do the whole like bartending, flame-throwing thing with lantern oil and fire.
Yes.
What I'm hoping will happen is that he'll get angry and confused, focusing on me, giving me a chance to run away very quickly.
Okay.
And
So-
then Braun.
I'll give you one more detail just to telegraph this. And just
Hold on, you never asked me what I'm doing.
I haven't yet, but I do want to give one detail, and then I'm going to ask you what you're doing. It's clear that there are a bunch of people in this tower. That's all. Now,
Oh, okay. Let's not start by hurting the gatekeeper then, because that just feels like.
No, you already said what you're doing. You cast a die. That metagame.
No, it's okay. No, it's fine. Maximillian, what are you doing?
I'm accepting a mushroom.
All right. You take a mushroom.
I looked up my little faceplate there. I need a mushroom.
Okay.
Roll.
So we've rewound.
D12.
No, man, you guys started to fight. I'm off in Fairyland. That's what I think. No, I let the DM figure it out, but I'd already figured I was going to take a mushroom before you guys started all this trouble. I was like, oh my god, backtrack? I don't know what to do.
All of a sudden, your eyes, like, you can feel them, like pulling against the skin of your face, and it's very painful until you have this pressure, and it's like a horrible headache, and it's pushing against your skull as your eyes like bulge like balloons. And then all of a sudden something comes from in them, and then like you can't close your eyes anymore, but the pupils all of a sudden just like and like car lights in the night just like blast open, and your eyes are like poking out of your helm, and they're like this big now, and they're all yellow, and they're casting 30 feet light, and that's permanent.
Awesome. I got googly eyes on my helmet. I want to get a mini and like a plate mail mini and put googly eyes on his face. That'd be awesome.
And then Grimmelgridge goes, "Oh, he picked the mushroom," and then the other one's like, "Be silent, Grimmelgridge. They took the deal. I will let you pass, but be warned, the fairy knights don't take kindly to mortals."
Nice.
Well, Nop is thoroughly uncomfortable.
Yeah, like when you look around, like Maximillian looks at you when you say that, like it's like a car. You ever had that at night, like a car just like flash you in the eyes? Like
Yeah.
It's like that everywhere he looks right now. What do you guys do?
Guess we know who's in the lead there.
Man, how are you guys gonna do this now? With the giant car headlight, dude.
Well,
Interesting.
Wait, now when I close my eyes, what happens?
You can't close your eyes. It's just these two giant bulb, like yellow things that are sticking out here like an insect, and they're just casting constant light out of them.
Alright, what if my face is shrouded somehow?
You wouldn't be able to see, but that would work.
I'm trying to think like in that old fairy tale style of those stories always go where there's like that the main character is like this trickster. I'm just trying to think of how I play Nop like that, but I have a very low charisma, so I can't think of anything that's like tricky and.
You yourself have a very low charisma?
Yeah, Nop is he's not a very good at interacting with people.
I mean, this is just me, but kind of the more Ben Milton style of this. I think it's okay to propose something out of character. Like, I'm not too worried about metagaming. Obviously, your character might not be doing that, but if there's like a riddle or a puzzle or something and you have a cool idea as a player, go for it, you know? Like, you can propose it to the group. I think that's cool.
So I've got, if saying the fairy knights don't like mortals, you definitely don't look like a mortal anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
And just wondering if we like disguise ourselves. Everybody here seems to be covered with twigs and moss, so why don't we just take on the local costume?
Yeah.
Well, and you know, you haven't seen the denizens of the tower other than these two, but you have heard that they are Well, you don't know, but you do see a place over on the wall here where they have hung up all their clothes. They have, like fur cloaks and winter clothes and ice skating shoes and stuff like that. So they seem to be humanoids.
Okay. Okay.
Do a little bit of mix and match.
Yeah, let's see let's have a little fashion montage where we all have our own individual dressing rooms and we all come out at the same time.
You just
Makeover.
I'm gonna take like a block here, but instead of it being an exploration turn, it's just 10 minutes straight of a fashion montage of people coming out and trying different. Fairy cloaks
like
on.
there's the Grimmelgrin and they're sitting there watching us, and as we come out, they either like clap or they shake their heads. When they shake their heads, we go back into our changing stalls.
All right.
There's a
Meanwhile,
fun catchy beat.
back to Shay.
Yep. Well, this has been fun, but I think I'm gonna, they seem to have this floor down, so I'm gonna climb up to the next floor's window.
All right. Make a climb sheer surfaces check.
All right. Boy, me. Let's see here. I have to beat an 87.
The thief has so many cool features in this game.
I can only use one of them, though, and that's this one.
Yeah.
This is like the only
I think
reliable
I'll
one.
get better in time, and when you're 8th level, you can use scrolls.
I slightly survived.
Wow. Yes, you did indeed slightly survive climbing halfway up the tower
Yep.
in this sheer
And
surface.
Oh, I should have said this a little before, but I'd like to. I got 50 feet of rope and a grappling hook, so I'd like to tie the rope around the waist and hook the grappling hook to the next window and just kind of hang out there.
Roll a d6.
Safety line. Good idea.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of watch these guys as they go up the tower.
Actually, don't roll a d6. Okay, so here's what you see inside on that floor. Everyone else would not see this, so you would not have this. You see a party going on with lithe, beautiful, otherworldly-looking creatures with pointy, tall ears, and they're all drinking wine and talking and laughing in a floaty, ethereal, chirping kind of language that you do know. What languages do you know? Do you know any?
I know common and neutral.
You do not know this language. Some other language. They're eating roast swans, and the smell is kind of alien.
So
because-
decadent.
Yeah, something is like and you can tell that it's this weird bird that's been cooked. The head's still on it. There are mountains and piles of fruit, and the spirits they're drinking from crystal decanters have a violet appearance, and they're bubbly. And you see, I think this is important to note, 12 different people in here, and then another 4 guards. The 12 people are in very ornate outfits, some of them in martial outfits, some sort of armor that's shiny. And the guards are also in shiny armor and standing respectfully at attention. What do you do?
I wait patiently for the gang to arrive.
All right. And I'll just make this one check for the... Let's see. I think it's one check for 80 feet. Mark, or actually, I think it says it on your thing, right? How far you can travel?
One check for 100 feet.
You're good. That's why you asked. Okay.
Yep, and now I'm trying to use the grappling hook, just in case I slip and fall, it'll catch me midway down.
All right. And meanwhile, Maximillian, Nop, and Braun, you guys are now in all sorts of fairy elf outfits that you've pieced together. Maximillian, are you trying to hide your eyes, or are you just going to go with the big eyes?
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna go with it. Makes me look alien.
Sure. Okay. Where do you guys go from here? There's only one door in this room.
Braun, I think this is important narratively. Braun has torn the sleeves off of his costume just to show off his gigantic guns.
You do that. You show off your gigantic guns.
Yes, thank you.
Otherwise, look really fabulous.
Oh, that too. Those are both important.
All right, where do you get? Do you guys leave or go through the door or keep talking to these two? Or what else do you do?
No.
Well, I say, and I look at the giant with my googly eyes shining bright light on her and whatever. I'm like, all right, which way shall we proceed to on our quest?
You say it to the creature that's on the other creature's
No,
back?
no, to the giantess.
To the giant.
Is this a male or female giant? Right, he's got a beard, so yeah, to the giant.
He's like, I don't know. And then the little one on top, he's like,
I don't know what quest you're on.
Wait, who's in charge? This one here or this one here?
Oh, boss is in charge.
I'm in charge.
The little one on top says that.
All right, we wish to give this ring to you, the princess. How do we go there?
The princess is on the 3rd floor of the tower. You'll have to make it through the wedding feast.
All right, very well. What hazards lie up ahead? Or if I'm friendly, will everyone be cool?
I know your secret. You're mortal. Mortals do not live long in the other world.
Nobody is mortal until something proves otherwise. I think I'm immortal.
The big guy goes, ho, 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 ho. And then the little one's like,
Silence, Grimogridge. These are Frost Elf Knights. They fought in the wars against the mortals long ago, by your reckoning.
That was long before my time. It has nothing to do with me. I let it go. I moved on.
You'll
Don't
find
no foul.
that they have not.
I'm part of the giant, big-eyed light people. I am not immortal. Thanks to your mushroom.
Hope that they don't find who you really are. Their torments are for many centuries. They last a long time before they let you die. It's through that door.
But that means I will live for centuries. That means I'm not mortal. Do you see the paradox there?
I think this conversation is having an effect on morale.
All right, I say, good day, sir. Do we join the party? And like, at 3rd floor is what we want, and we have to watch out for the wedding feast.
hold on just a second. Okay, 3rd floor. When you open this door here, you see 2 elves on the other side, and there's a delicious smelling aroma coming from here, and there's a small bakery where they're making things, and there's steam coming up from bubbling pots on a stove over here with a big table where serving trays are being prepared, and excuse me.
Are these Keebler elves?
They immediately one of them says one of them looks at you, Maximillian, and says, "Did he trick you into eating one of his mushrooms?" And like suddenly you can understand what she's saying.
No, it was no trick. I agreed to it.
There's no time to be fooling around. Princess Snowfall at dusk will not be pleased. Bring the food up to the guest at once. And try to hide those eyes as best you can, you fool. And then she goes back to cooking and stuff.
And I come back out to my compatriots and I'm like, yeah, they're Keelers. There's 2 types of elves, Santas and Keelers.
I feel like that's kind of racist, Maximillian, but what else did she say?
She thinks we're servants.
Oh, perfect.
And she's mad about the eyes.
Oh, well, okay. Did she give you any directions? Did she, as a servant? Or were you tripping balls the entire time and don't remember what she said?
I just ate a mushroom, alright?
Yep, okay. Alright, I'm going to push through the door.
Is she speaking Elven?
Yeah, and oh wait, do you speak Elven?
I do.
Oh, you also understand what she's saying.
Okay.
Oh, I don't, so I need...
Right away, Mum. Come on, gentlemen. We have food to deliver.
Caleb, what were you saying? Were you trying to say something?
Oh, sorry.
Nope, I've been muted.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I think that was yeah. So what? You guys take the food? Is that the plan?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Which way should we go?
She points toward this door. Over here. I will.
Should I go in front because I got the eyes, or should I be in back because I got the eyes?
Back,
all right, you've already gone through.
Probably pull up that cloak a little bit.
Yeah, pull. You can be in the back, A, because of the eyes, and B, because you're high as shit. So I'm gonna go first, and then if you want to come behind me with a food tray.
Some of the things on your tray, are non-perishable items, such as candied fruits and preserves and ice wines and small dainty bottles. And
I sneak a piece of candy fruit.
All right. You're confident that would probably fetch 10 gold pieces. You probably have 410 gold pieces worth of.
Oh no! I'm eating it.
Oh,
it's candy fruit.
Oh, yes.
Is it edible?
It is so overwhelmingly delicious. You've never tasted anything like it in your life. It gives you the faint impression that this is home, and you think you may never want to leave.
Great.
Well, it's on my land.
It's not. But that's fine. Yeah, I think he tries to reach for another one, and I just smack the shit out of his hand.
Let's see here. Over here to this stair landing. To this.
Ron, you should take the liquor. Then when we walk in, they'll be so happy to see you, they won't notice us.
Let's see here. Traveling up the stairs, you smell. Well, actually, I wonder. Let's see. Steve, roll a d6.
A 1.
A 1. Okay. You notice Shay out the window.
Wave, but like kind of without trying to draw too much attention.
Yeah, and the elves, they do not notice this.
Are all these elves giant?
No, and I can fix that now. I had the grid on, but I can fix it. You can fix this.
Oh, okay. No, I get it.
Okay, and I can make these right size this one
now. Now, I only recently learned that you can make half-sized squares and different ways you can manipulate this board.
Maximillian, make a save versus spell.
I shall. Hold on. I fail.
You never want to leave this place again for the rest of your life. It is a place of beauty that you have never imagined before. You realize with your bright, beaming eyes now that this is where you truly belong. This is your place.
All right. So, in other words, I'm high as shit.
You are bound to the fairy realm because you have eaten fairy food.
I have a question. In the overnight that we spent, and this might be something you turn back around on me, did Braun sign a contract with Maximillian like the others did?
No, Matt, I don't think so. No, right? Because like they encountered you. You had something else going on. Yeah. So I don't.
So just being a neutral character, just so you all know, heads up, I am going to do absolutely nothing to rescue Maximillian from this place. Like, I will not be participating or putting any effort towards. Not because I don't want him to come back, but I have zero motivation to bring him back.
We have an accord then.
The guests here.
That's you two.
The guests here. They're otherworldly in an alien way. Very quiet and moving in very slow ways, as if they have centuries of time to enjoy just a single sip of wine. It's very unsettling, as if your denotation of time is meaningless to them, and they don't seem to even notice you're there or care. Go ahead. What were you saying, Steve?
I guess I'll I've got food. I'll bring it over and kind of carefully, slowly as I can, kind of put it on the table.
Was that food going to them, or is that going to the princess, or is the princess in this room?
There's definitely not a princess-looking person in this room. I believe he did tell you the princess is on the upper floor.
And we're supposed to take that food to the princess, right?
No. The cooks thought you were servants, and they wanted you to serve the guests. The guests seem to be ignoring you, and when Nop puts food on the table, they just treat you like a common servant, and they just seem to ignore you, and they do their own thing. They're just ambivalent towards you.
I take some of the some dirtier dishes, and I kind of walk. And as I'm passing the other guys, I go, "We blend in. If we do this a few more times, it won't seem strange." And I kind of start going downstairs with the dirty plates.
All right.
I'm gonna grab his arm as he goes past, though, and just whisper in his ear, say, "I don't know if that's necessary. It doesn't seem like they took that much notice of us, and by that much I mean any. When we came up here, I mean, you put food in the table in front of them, and they didn't acknowledge you. I feel like we kind of go for it."
Imagine the guards are always watching, but yes, all right.
Is this staircase over on the left side, Ross? Is that the continued spiral staircase up, or are those the stairs back down?
That's where you came from, but you see another staircase leading up over here.
Okay. I'm gonna tell Nop to just hang on for a second, and I'm gonna go peek up. Can I peek up the staircase and see if I can see what's at the top?
Yeah, you see a door at the top leading to the next floor of the tower.
Okay.
They seem to just ignore you. Do you have the food with you? Actually, that's the question.
I think Nop, you put it down on the table, right?
I put mine down and I grab some dirty dishes.
Oh, okay.
But if you're bringing food up there and they're ignoring you and I'm bringing dirty dishes, that means I'm going to collect the dishes. It's totally a servant's job.
So my thought is that I'm going to take
to work
food up to the next level, talking out of character.
I'm going to eat another piece of candy.
Okay. Puff the Magic Dragon, I guess, is going to eat some more candy. And my thought out of character is I'm going to just try to carry food up, and if someone stops me, just bluff and say that I was ordered to bring food to the princess. Because having food seems like a good excuse to be in any potential room.
Oh, I'm staying out of your way, man. Go for it.
Okay, I whispered at Nop. I was like, "Hey, grab Maximillian. Go get him."
All right, I kind of tug at his shoulder.
Want some candy, man? It's so good.
How about you wait here? I'll be right back.
If you guys are going to do that, I'll return to Maximillian.
I want to stay here forever. This place is the best.
I'm going to go over to Bron and be like, "Okay, we've lost him."
What does soulbound mean, Ross? Does that mean he can't leave, or he just doesn't want to?
He doesn't want to. To him, this is his home now, and this is what he. Yeah.
We'll get him on the way out.
Yeah, I don't see him being that helpful.
Okay, let's see here.
I gotta.
I'm gonna put I know your screen just went dark. Oh wait, actually it's at the all players, so that's a piece of cake. So you should be able to see them, right, Mark? Where they are? Can you see them?
Yeah, I see where they are.
Okay, good. Okay, so you guys take food to the next level, right? Right? Is that what you guys do? Okay. All right. When you guys go up, the door is not locked. And Shay, what do you do? You're able to climb up. When you climb up, and what you guys see, you see here a bedroom at the top of a tower with a large bed, and you see a beautiful woman on the bed. There we go. Give me a second. You guys are right here. Sorry, your screen probably went black. And I'll also put Shay in here, kind of like over here.
Like that.
Yeah. You're kind of at the window. You can choose to do what you want with that.
Just posing judgmentally.
Yeah, I mean, Braun walks in and sees the princess there. And he says, are you the princess, the one who was betrothed or in love with Sir Lynch? We have been sent by Sir Lynch. And I think you may be the one that we're looking for.
Mortals? You are mortals?
Last time I checked, yes.
Has my moment of destiny come?
So, Sir Lynch is non-corporeal, but we did meet him, and he did tell us to give you this ring, and I pull the ring out and hold it out to her in kind of a subservient pose.
The ring of my love that has bound our souls and worlds together. And as soon as she takes the ring, there's this bright light, and the ghost of Sir Chide appears in the room, and she says, and actually, let me put him in here.
Oh, what did I call him?
Sir Lynch.
Did I say Lynch?
Yes,
It
you
was
did,
pretty
yeah.
brutal, but I was like, I'll let you keep.
It
I'll
was
let you
not
keep
on-
going.
They, Sir
I don't
Chide
know. Here's a ring.
appears in the room and suddenly becomes corporeal, and she falls into his arms, and he holds her in his vambraces in his armored arms, and he says, "My love, across the centuries, you have lost nothing. We have lost nothing together but time. You are as beautiful as ever, and my love has not diminished, but grown ever hotter aflame, that it would consume both of our worlds. We were always meant to be here." And she turns to both of you all again, and she says, "Heroes, thank you so much. My father doesn't know it, but he has provided the means for us to be together forever, here in this tower locked away. This, my soul is saved, thanks to you. For what you have done for us, I will give you all of the valuable things that I have here. All of my treasures. They mean nothing compared to my love." And she looks back at Sir Chide. "And I will give you something else, for it means also nothing to me in comparison to my love. The last of my fairy power. I will grant you a single wish, which you must decide together."
You're gonna leave me out to dry, aren't you?
You gotta ask the other two. I have zero motivation.
Yeah, you could totally save me if you're like, are we gonna wish? I mean, I don't blame you. I'm totally neutral. I have no strong feelings.
Nop's lawful and he's been hired.
Yeah, I'll be honest. all things being equal, I don't have another wish I'm working on.
Out of character, does simply delivering the ring free me from...
Yeah, you can actually hear like a cackling in the distance, and all of a sudden you can sense a difference as you're released from this Gaius, whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's all Braun cares about. He doesn't really care what you do with the wish. He's just so ecstatic to be released from this bond that has kept him like this.
I'm gonna bring up the rules for wish.
Oh.
Dang, that's a thick tome you got
Ah,
there.
yeah, this is.
I like that special edition, eh?
Yeah, I looked at it online. I almost bought it.
It's really nice.
Could this be the kind
Wait,
of
which
thing
book
that
you
we,
got
like,
there?
Huh?
Which book do you have?
The rules tome for old school
But he
essentials.
got the...
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You
It's
got
stitched
the.
around and has the ribbons.
No, I got one of those too, but you got the black cover. I got the color cover. So it's like leather feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the real nice cover.
I got the regular edition cover.
Magic user spells level 6, I assume.
No, Wish is not in the scope of this game.
What?
Let's get Dungeon Master win.
OSE SRD Wish. Ring of Wish is, I guess, a thing. But yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, see, it says wishes. Wishes. I guess it's a thing magic items can do sometimes. Some magic items grant wishes, a powerful ability to change the nature of reality in any way conceivable way that you desire. I'm not going to tell you any of the rest of it, but I have my rules in front of me. What do you all do?
Let's think about this for a moment. I mean, there's a lot we could do.
Suddenly, Shay just like saunters
I've had
into
a
the room
moment.
out of the window.
I've been here judging you guys for having lost some of the party on your way up. We could do a lot with a wish. We could like end hunger or disease or maybe get like immortality. There's a lot we could do. And I mean, I like Maximillian as much as the next guy, but he seems to be quite happy here. I'm just thinking out loud.
Braun says, I'm not going to necessarily chip in on anything in the affirmative, but I'm going to shut down the immortality bit right here. Because it affects all of us, and Chaboy wants to die someday.
Well, I'm sure we can like crop you out of the wish. You don't have to be involved in the immortality if you don't want to.
No, if it's something great, I'm all in. But yeah, don't count me in for that.
Perhaps we could wish to be freed from this realm with our friend, all of us safe, happy, and wealthy.
It feels like multiple
think,
wishes.
I think that we get all of that except for the Maximillian if we just leave.
Yeah. So do you guys get your loot? Oh, this is it. I guess Braun can say this in character. He says, so if you leave the Starstruck one behind, do you still get paid?
Yes. He's not paying us from a bank account. It's just a portion of the loot.
Oh, it sounds like you get a larger portion then.
Well, I would
also
never
you,
phrase it like that.
you
That's
should
very
stop and
like
say-
Just
gross
as
thinking.
a
Stick
reminder,
up
she
your
also says that she offers you everything in the room.
Oh yeah, and I assume I already have half of that. Like while they were hashing out the ring thing, I was just like in her drawers, kind of like quietly.
I'm just wondering my character's perception of this, because is he like would not know that he's like, no, something's wrong here, or he just like, no, actually, he really enjoys this place. Got a high intelligence, but I'm just not.
I mean,
Sure, how to
it's
hold this
obvious to you. I think it's pretty obvious that he's under some sort of the
Okay.
influence of this place.
Yeah, no.
I've ate almost all these candies already.
You're gonna have to trick him. I could.
Are you trying to figure out a way to have your cake and eat it too? Like, get me out of here and have a wish, and you
I'm
feel all good about
definitely not.
yourselves
Not
and be immortal?
necessarily. Like, I'm in the lawful dilemma where it's like, well, no, we got a man down.
The man's fine. We're several men down. This isn't one of them. Oh, that's an interesting thought. What if Oh,
Braun says, "Look, I'm just playing the devil's advocate here," but he points to Knopf. He says, "Your friend here seems to have pretty strong convictions in a large number of areas. So I don't think he's going to want to leave your boss behind. So let's maybe take that into consideration while we're figuring this out. I'm fine leaving him behind. Honestly, this is the happiest I've seen him since meeting him. And maybe that's it. Maybe he is happier here, but I don't know. I think he also wants his loot and his land."
I have no strong feelings either way.
you're not here.
Sir Chide. Be like, your progeny is trapped here. It's under some kind of spell. Perhaps you should kind of nudge towards the stairs.
They're like just looking at each other longingly, and this moment for them may last an entire century that they can savor. And Sir Chide is holding the cheek of Princess Snowfall at Dusk, who's looking back. It's
anything,
and then it just gets awkward.
What about bringing Pablo back to life? He was a friend of ours. He died unjustly, not happy about it. I think he's had the worst shrift of all of this.
Who?
Don't worry about it.
Lawful is honestly the most difficult alignment to play because it's like
I never play lawful unless it's lawful evil.
All
Can't do it.
We got to make a decision. Everybody put up a vote. Like I'm gonna go down the line, starting with Steve. Steve, what do you?
The most undecided one.
Yes.
That everyone who was involved with this venture can return happy and healthy to the place from which we were from.
Scrap happy. I don't want to be magically compelled to be happy. That's shenanigans.
Healthy.
We have someone who's doing that right now, and it doesn't seem like it's what we want.
Okay, I've got everyone involved in this adventure can return happy and healthy to where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's including the people who sadly perished while.
Oh.
I feel like a genie could shiv us 8 different ways with that wording.
Those who perished. Okay.
I don't feel like we're dealing with a djinn in this situation, though. The person granting the wish seems decently well motivated.
But I think I could go along with the gist of that. All of our party members returned to the tomb hearty and hale and alive. If they want to be.
To the tomb. Hearty.
See, if they want to be. There you go. I don't want
right.
to be.
I'm leaving you behind.
If they want to be.
Rule.
Okay.
Rule. That's...
All of our party members return to the tomb, hearty and hale, if they want to be. Is that right?
I think that's right.
Okay.
I think it's my final draft.
All right. Finally, then Joel. Joel, what would you propose?
I think Braun hears all of those going on, and I think that's pretty much all he wants as well, is to get back to the real world. I mean, he's got things going on, now that he's free of this. He wouldn't mind having a magic sword as well, but, at the end of the day, if he gets out healthy and in one piece back to the real world, now free of his bondage, then Braun's good to go.
So you're just saying just Braun.
Oh yeah, Braun doesn't care about the rest of these guys.
All right, I am seeing some common themes, so I'm gonna mix it together here. But by the way, Shay, while you were, and actually, what I'm going to do is because there's a PvP aspect here, and I'm not going to let you guys vote. I'm going to have one group roll and the other group roll. But first, Shay, you find as you're searching her stuff, as she said that you may, 8,000 gold pieces worth of fine jewelry and gems.
Oh,
Jesus
I'll write
Christ.
that down. This is party loot. I don't intend to sneak off with any of it.
All right. And then, let's see. Steve and Caleb roll a d6.
I think just from like a noise perspective, you probably couldn't sneak off with 8,000 gold pieces worth of jewelry.
You got a 2.
2.
All right. Moment of truth. He got a 4. And so it says, everyone involved in this adventure can return happy and healthy from where they came, including those who perished. Is that what we're going to go with, or does anybody have any objections on that? Basically, just to clarify, that roll was does this include Maximillian? And so the answer is yes, because I just wanted you guys to roll that off. So what I'm hearing is Nop is saying, yeah, I want Maximillian back, right? Do you have any objections about the wording about this before we do it? No? No objections. So be it.
I mean, I have objections. I preferred my wording. But if we come back and there's like tongue snakes, I'm gonna not be happy with you guys.
Let me pull up the character sheets for the 2 other characters I was playing.
Let me mix it together then. Let me go Caleb's. All of our party members return to the tomb, hearty and hale, and I'm going to remove the last part because Steve won the roll on that.
I accept these terms.
Okay.
Now we can beat him up and take the sword and then throw him back into fairy realm.
I'm going to pan back. Oops, that's the wrong one. I'm going to pan back to Maximillian for a second and put him back on the board. Can you guys see him here? Or
Nope.
You're not able to see him? Okay, I'm going to give you control so everybody can see him. All players. Okay, now...
I can't see me either. Where am I?
Oh, there we go.
Can you see yourself now?
Yeah. Now, you changed the map.
All right.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
So the elves have since gestured you to join them, and they're curiously asking, "What manner of creature are you?"
I am the blue knight with bug eyes that light.
They look at each other. One sips some of his drink slowly and then returns, and they look at you curiously, and they say, "Tell us a song of the people of the blue knight of the bug eyes."
Certainly. Let me see here. There was a blue knight with bug eyes that shine, and he once owned a silver mine. And the blue knight, he was so brave, and he was really brave.
You get another 200 XP for that. That was amazing. That was
Gold.
the best thing ever.
That was great.
You all find yourself back in the tomb. And not just yourselves, but also 2 of the people I had thought made it into the rolls of courage, but alas,
Well, they did.
They are removed from the rolls of courage.
Oh, wow, brutal.
And now Joel has 3 characters.
It's...
But now you also have to split all the loot and XP among all of them.
No, we only have to split the loot with one of them.
That's not true.
Two of Joel's characters are
Actually, this
interlopers.
is the way I want to do it, and this is how I did it in Dungeon Crawl Classics. Joel, you can pick which characters you want to divvy the amount of XP you receive among. That's how I will do it. But I'll just give the flat XP to the party. Anyways, you all return to the tomb that is now still. You no longer hear clapping in the distance. And the sun is rising, you can see, in the entrance in the Dolmenwood. And coming down in from above, illuminating the fungal particles floating in the air. And there is no longer slime floating here either.
I'll quickly double back and grab those bracelets from the one tomb, and then return to the group.
Okay.
Surely Shay is close to his carrying capacity.